Hi, so in another video I introduced the term IEP, which I'll reiterate, which means Individualized Education Plan. So a 504 is very loosely accommodations, and an IEP is required by law by teachers. So when they're going through like when teachers are going through attendance and even like subs and everything, next to your name will because it is what the student needs to succeed in school. It will either say 504 or IEP. 504, like a teacher will look at and be like, yeah, well, like I'll kind of check in on that. And when they see the three letters IEP, they're like, oh my god, like I have to follow this now. So it is very important that teacher, and like there's actually like at my school there is concussion training, so for like a few days like teachers go in and they learn about how to deal with people with concussions and everything. I got my IEP about a year ago and it has helped me in school so incredibly much. Like I am so grateful to be able to have that, but it also did come along with a lot of testing. I went to a hospital and they had me do some testing a couple years ago, and it was about a 5 to 8 hour day, so it was really intense. And it was taking tests about like wording and numbers and shapes and stuff, so it seems like pretty easy, but once you have a concussion, like just simple tests can be really hard. And from there they took the testing and those results to see what I needed in the classroom. A lot of accommodations can be taking breaks throughout the school day and having like a safe space to go, so either like the nurse's office or the library, or just like going around like a lap in the school, just like kind of taking it easy, taking a breather. And for some people, if it gets really bad, like in mine, it's like if I feel bad I just need to check in with the office and then I can go home and it's fine. But like throughout the testing, that kind of like personalizes like what you specifically need, which is really cool actually, because if everyone with a concussion was just given an IEP, and because everyone's concussion is a little different, like people who have concussions, we all have stuff in common, but like every person's experience is different, just like it is with anything. But an IEP is incredibly helpful. And you can just do testing at your school too. You don't have to like go to a hospital or anything, like have to make it super official. Like your school, if it has a concussion team, which not all schools do, but most schools do have a school psychologist and a case manager, some of them do, and counselors, and all those people can set up whatever you need for that. But yeah, those are incredibly helpful. And also just kind of like in the classroom as well, like shortened homework, like you can have a certain amount of homework that you can like complete, or just no homework at all, but like you participate in the schoolwork and then not the homework, or just the homework and you don't do anything in school, or a mix of both. Like it's just whatever you need, but they're super helpful. And if you have a concussion, I would strongly suggest trying to get an IEP. It does take a few months of the testing and they only last about a year, so after the 1 year mark you don't have to reapply for it, but your case manager checks back in with you and is like, do you still need these things? Because unfortunately for some of us, some people have used the IEP as an excuse not to do work, and we're trying to move away from that as far as possible, because then that doesn't help the people who need help the most. So yeah, that is kind of what an IEP is, and a 504 is more loosely accommodated, but they are both very helpful things. And if you advocate for yourself, then I hopefully guarantee that those will, I mean, they will help you, of course, but if you advocate for yourself, which is a really hard thing to do, but if you tell your parents, if you tell your school, then the school is most likely willing to help you and get what you need.